What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangout Spot, where you already know it's real talk, boxing talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny, and I am your host for another edition of the Hangout Spot Live. This time on Thursday night. You know how we rock out every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But this week we actually did a Monday show instead of Tuesday, with Tuesday being Christmas Eve, and we had a spectacular guest on. We had head trainer Brian Norman Sr. was on. He's obviously the father and trainer of the WBO welterweight champion, Brian Norman Jr. And if you were not on and you did not see that interview live, make sure you check out the recording at the Hangout Spot on my YouTube channel. It's there, as well as some of my other interviews that we've done the last couple of weeks. We've had some bangers. I mean, we had head trainer Mark Ferre last week. We had legendary cut pan Stitch Duran. He was on last week. And this week, today, we have another great interview lined up for you. We have an exciting young fighter that's going to be joining us. He's from Miami, the 305. He's a fellow Floridian like me. He is Dominique Trapp Francis. He's 16-0 with 10 knockouts. He's a super featherweight contender. He's going to be joining us in a second. But first and foremost, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Hopefully you had a great time with your family, friends, and loved ones. And you know the rules here. You know the ground rules here at the Hangout Spot, man. If you are watching this live on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button, as it will help with the visibility of the channel. The goal is to get this channel out there to the eyes of other boxing fans so that they can know that we rock out every Tuesday and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. And if you have not subscribed to the Hangout Spot on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. The name of this game is to grow this train so we could take this channel to the next level in 2025. And last but not least, you know the deal. The chat is open. So I definitely want people in the chat to engage, ask questions. You're going to want to ask questions because, like I said, my next guest is a very, very boisterous character, man. Like I said, I'm a fan of his. You know, he's doing his thing. He's a young guy, very exciting, 24-year-old, and the future is extremely bright. So without further ado, I want to bring to the stage my man, Dominique Trapp Francis. What's going on, my brother? Welcome to the Hangout Spot, man.
I appreciate you for having me. What's going on, everybody? Dade County representative 305 in my yayo. Dade County was Palm Beach was Broward County was Yeah, I'm here, man. This Dominique Trapp Francis, man. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my brother. That's what I'm talking
Yes,
about, man. I
sir.
knew that
Yes,
this was
sir.
going to be a match made in heaven between me and you because, like I said, you have a very,
Real.
very boisterous personality. I love it. Not only can you fight, but you can talk a good game, and you're very, very
Thank you.
confident. And you got some hip hop. You got some rap skills there too that we're gonna talk about a little
Ah.
bit later on.
Yes, sir. I
For sure,
like
for
that.
sure.
I like that. I like that. That's me,
Nah,
baby.
brother. You know the deal. I had to do a little bit of research. But like I was telling everybody, 16-0, 10
Yeah,
knockouts, 24 years old. The
yeah,
future is extremely bright for you. And I want the audience to kind of get to know you, not only as the fighter, but what makes you tick,
yeah,
inside and outside of the ring. But it had to start somewhere, Trap. So
yeah.
what I want to do is I kind of want to take it back a little bit, right? Let's talk a little
hmm
bit about how the journey started. When did you start boxing, and why did you start boxing?
I always been athletic, right? Always been athletic. But one thing about me, I always had this temper about me. I always had this temperament. That had to be under control. So I have a brother by the name of Andre Robinson. He was a fighter, and whatever he did, I wanted to do exactly what he did and stuff like that. And then at the same time, my father always liked boxing, and he used to play that in the house. So it was pretty much, man, wow, to me that I needed to fight. So I was playing football first to get on fights in the field. My dad was like, man, we gotta convince your mom. To let you fight. We gotta convince your mom. Wow, what happened, man? Convinced my mom and stuff like that. Went to that gym. Once I went to that gym, I never stepped a foot back on a football field. My football team used to come to my boxing matches and beg for me to come back to the field. Come back, come back. I was that man on that field. I was that man on that field too. You understand me? So they begged for me to come back to that field, but I just didn't go back. But I always been athletic, and it's been a long journey, man, a long ride. Met a lot of people along the way. I've seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, accomplished a lot of things, and we just getting started.
No, that's interesting that you say that. And what age were you when you first started boxing?
I was 10, 11.
10, 11 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
what was your first, basically your first passion, right?
I played soccer
Until you
first.
stepped into the ring,
Yeah, cause
until you went into the gym.
I played soccer, then football, swimming, soccer, football, then boxing. You know
Wow.
what I mean? So yeah, I was athletic.
Nah, it's safe to say that you were very athletic. What did you play in football? What
I
position did
played
you play in football?
I played corner, I played D, I played little safety.
Okay, defense.
Mm-hmm. I was when that defense going stupid.
There goes the rugged side, the boxing side right there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But it's interesting. A couple of things that you said, which I've heard before from younger fighters when they were starting out, that they usually had to get the moms by it because the
Yeah,
dad is always with it, but the
yeah,
mom's are always like, I don't know if I don't want my baby boy to do that.
yeah. They don't really be with that as much, but once we convinced and everything, man, everything was just smooth sailing because my first year of boxing, I became I became number one in the state, number one in the region. I became number two in the nation. You know what I'm saying? My first year. Come on, man, wasn't playing with me. But my first year, I had my first fight in boxing within 2 months. You know what I mean? I had my first fight in boxing within 2 months. So you know how other fighters they had that time to grow and learn and really grasp and understand the sport. I didn't have that, man. I had willpower. I had willpower and I always had heart. You know what I mean? I always had that heart. Always had that belief in myself. Always had that belief in myself. I never feared nothing. So that's even still to them ways right there. It's taking me a long way. So that's me. That's it right there.
No, I hear that, and again, you more than likely you get that because again, you're an athlete. There's a lot of different sports that you play, and obviously you have that competitive edge, which translates into the ring. And then, like you said, that success that you had, it kind of pulled you in, right? It's like a person that's never been to a casino, and then all of a sudden they gamble the first
Ah,
time and they win, right? It
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
pulls you in.
yeah.
No, no,
Exactly. Yeah,
I get that. I get that. So once you stepped in the gym, that was it, man. You kind of figured this is what I wanted to do for a living.
that
And
was
then
it.
obviously talk to me a little bit about your amateur background because I know you have a lot of amateur pedigree. Like how many
Hmm.
fights more or less did you fight in the amateurs before you decided to turn pro?
110 plus. Yep.
Mm.
110 plus, 10 losses, 7-time national champion. Um, like I said, competed amongst the best. Like I said, because a lot of people forget that you go to nationals, you gotta be the best in your state, regions, and then you gotta beat the nationals and stuff like that too. So it's a lot of experience that you get in the amateurs and stuff like that. You see a lot of stuff before you turn pro. You know what I mean? So that's what being a student of the game, really understanding what's going on. But even when you make that transition to pro, it's a whole nother level that you got to learn of the sport. You know what I mean? So amateur was a ride. Amateur was a ride. It played a big part of my journey. It played a big part of who I am. You know, so one thing that it taught me is that, bro, if you don't put the work in, it ain't gonna work. If you don't put the work in, it ain't gonna work. That's what amateur taught me. Big part was like my father always like raised me. You gotta work hard. You know what I mean? You gotta work hard. Ain't no way around it. You know what I mean? Ain't no way around it. Then growing up, I used to watch a lot of, Floyd Mayweather, Ali, Sugar Ray, both of the Sugar Rays, Mosleys and stuff like that. All of them, they work hard. So if
You
you don't
can't
work hard, it ain't
you
gonna happen.
can't fake it. You can't fake boxing, man. Boxing. You
Nah,
don't
nah.
play boxing. You can't half-ass boxing. And it's funny you brought up Floyd Mayweather because a lot of people talk about what he has or what he's accomplished, but nobody talks about the journey that it took
Exactly,
to get to that
exactly,
level.
exactly. See, a lot of people want to have everybody want to have the light, but they don't want to travel to go and get that light. They don't want to put that work in. They ain't really get the cuts on their feet. They ain't really get the cuts on their hand, break bones, get bloody nose, concussion, sleepless nights. Early mornings, put the miles in. They not ready for that. At a point in time, I used to be like, damn. Why? A lot of people I know, lot of family. I'm like, damn, why why nobody really on my side like they should be right here grinding with me? I realized ain't nobody really gonna be in there putting that crazy hard work that you gotta put in. But you gotta walk this journey on your own. You can't look for nobody to walk this journey with you. This is your journey. You understand what I'm saying? So like people they want to live that life or they want to be on that pedigree, but they're not willing to put that work in.
Nah, I love that mindset. It's almost like you speak like you're older than who you are. I mean, you're 24 years old,
Mm-hmm.
but you speak, a lot more mature. And that's what boxing, the business of boxing, obviously, will do to you.
One
As
thousand
a
percent.
competitor, I am here with super featherweight contender, undefeated Dominique Trapp Francis. We got some people in the
Ah,
comment that are showing you some love. Johnny, my brother, that's the
na.
boxing maniac. That's my brother from
Yeah,
Four Corners.
yeah.
Yandu Trap is the future. All right. I can see
Wow.
that. I can see that.
Na. Yeah, yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Salute my man Eddie Alvarez from the Boxing Voice. I appreciate you, champ. Thank you for rocking out with us. Another fan. He's super featherweight. He's a super
Yeah,
featherweight. He
130,
was
130, baby.
formerly a featherweight. In
Yeah.
fact, we're going to get into that in a second because he just won his first fight at super featherweight in dramatic fashion. We'll get into that in 1 second. Thank you for rocking out with us, Wayne Rose. Merry Christmas to you, my sisters in the building. I am here again with Dominique Trapp Francis, but yeah. So amateurs led you to the Junior Olympics, right?
Say that again.
Amateurs led you to the Junior Olympics. You
Oh
also
yeah,
fought in the
yeah,
Junior Olympics, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then when did you think
Junior
when
Olympics.
did you turn pro? Well, at what age did you turn pro?
I turned pro at 18 years old. I turned
Okay.
pro at 18. Let me see if I got this thing from the Junior Olympics right quick, man. I can't never get rid of this right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, what does it say right here?
There you go, man. That's what's up, man. That's a keeper right there, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's a keeper, man. Y'all 2016 been doing this, man. Go
Congratulations, man. Nah,
Junior Olympics gold medalist, man. That was a big thing right there because who helped me get ready for that and was Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean?
okay.
Teofimo Lopez helped me get ready for this tournament right here and in a lot of numerous other tournaments and stuff like that. And at that time when I was getting ready for that, I believe the Olympics or the trials was coming up for him, and I was helping him get ready for that as well. We put countless of rounds in, countless man, me and Tio did a lot of work together. I learned a lot of stuff from Tio. You understand? So that was a big one for me right there. Gold,
That
yeah.
that's a good name, man. I mean, iron sharpens iron.
Grr.
And I'm a big Teofimo fan. I mean, his skill level is obviously unquestioned.
It is.
Um, so that's a good person to obviously have you be able to work with and
For
mentor him,
sure.
and obviously what he's going through in his career as well.
Yeah.
But you turned pro, and
Hmm.
what did you think at the time was the biggest difference between turning pro as opposed to being an amateur?
That's a good question. So I know when I turned pro, like I turned pro. I turned 18. I turned 18 in November. My first professional fight, if I ain't mistaken, was in January or February. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I'm still fresh. My body's still frail. You know what I mean? I'm still fairly young as I'm still am. But I was fresh into it. So I remember when I turned for my first professional fight, I fought somebody who was like 35, but that grown man strength. The grown man strength is really what was that difference like
See,
that.
people
You know
don't
what I
know the
mean?
difference between that, right? As fighters, right? That's crazy that you say that.
Yeah, grown man strength. He put that grown man strength on me, boy. Dog, I'm gonna cry for my mama, dog. That man hit me on my chin, boy. He hit me on my chin. I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's boxing though,
it's
right? I mean,
boxing,
you had to grow
Yeah,
up fairly quick. And that's why I
quick
asked
like
young
that.
fighters that, like, because is it obviously you only box a certain amount of rounds in the
Yeah,
pros is a little bit different. The skill level is different. The
yeah,
power
yeah, yeah.
is a
Oh,
lot
it's
different. So
it's different. It's
thank you for
different
that honest answer.
for sure, for sure.
But with your competitive drive, I'm sure you adjusted pretty quick. I'm sure in your mind you were like, nah, man, I got to get back. I
Yeah,
got to start.
real quick, just like this, because Floyd Mayweather got a quote in his gym that when I went to Las Vegas a long time ago, it say any champion is able to adapt in any situation. So when that
Right.
shot came or whatever that came like that, it was just okay. This is what we dealing with right now. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we dealing. Ain't no crying. Ain't no, ain't none of that. Ain't nobody coming in here to save you. Ain't nobody coming in here to save you. You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. It's a boxing ring, baby. It's one of the most dangerous places, but you make it the safest. That's what I have always done. You know what I'm saying? So it's a dangerous place, but you make it the safest. You feel the most comfortable being uncomfortable. So I was good. I
Nah,
was good.
that's
I put a grown man down. So everything like that's just who I am. When that pressure get applied, you have people that panic. But when pressure come to me, I relax. That's the difference between me and a lot of people.
that's good. Like I said, that's good. We got Olondi Anderson. I've been following the kids for years, and I think this upcoming year is going to be his breakout. I agree.
Wow.
I agree. I mean, especially after your last performance. So every single one of your fights, 15 first fights were at junior, or I'm sorry, at featherweight at 126 pounds, correct?
Nah, it was at 122 first.
Okay.
Then went to 126. Yeah, 130.
And then your last fight was at 130.
Yeah.
And that was actually a fourth round. You won by fourth round stoppage. I mean, you
Yeah.
stopped this kid with a body shot, I believe.
Yeah,
You know.
I had sophomore the fourth round stoppage. They call him like the Mexican knockout artist. So
Hmm.
a lot of people are saying stuff like I was supposed to be scared. You know what I'm saying? But like,
that was
he's
that was a
scared of
tough
that
guy. That was a
tough
tough guy.
guy.
That was against Julio Lugo again.
Yeah, Julio
Knockout fourth round.
Lugo.
Yep, with a
Julio
body
Lugo.
shot. I saw that, and I was like, okay, I guess maybe Trapp is going to be a lot better at this weight. Why did you think it was the right time to move up to 130? And the reason why I asked you that, Trapp, is because you were ranked at
Yeah.
126. I think you were ranked 11th or 10th in the
Yeah,
WBA.
yeah.
So
But
why did you think it was the right time? It was because you were having an issue making the weight? Is that what it was?
no, not at all. Was actually ranked as high as number 6, I believe. You know what I mean? So then I mean, one thing about it is more than just like having a hard time. One thing about the weight is that's where a lot of when it's not done correctly or whatever like that, or when it's not paid attention to as it should be, that's the thing that causes a lot of brain damage. You understand? That's the thing that mess a lot of fighters up with brain damage, taking a lot of unnecessary punches, and also you have less fluid in your brain, and that's the protection for your brain. You understand? So after this boxing training, because this is just a journey. After this, you still want to have. Well, I still want to have all my faculties functioning properly. You
Absolutely.
understand? That's what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why we made the moves that we made. Team all got together and we did what we did.
Do you see yourself ever going back down for a certain fight?
No, we ain't going back down.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we
Okay.
ain't going back down. And
And
like
the,
I said, I turned pro at 18 years old and I'm 24 now. My body's just growing. My body's just growing. It's not getting no smaller now like that. So now we don't see myself going back down.
Okay, yeah, no. The reason why I wanted to ask you that question because you never know what presents itself, and again, you were ranked, in
Yeah,
the
for
top
sure.
10. So if they throw something at you, will you will you want to make that sacrifice? But I mean, I would never advise a fighter to do that, especially if especially going up and down. But a lot of fighters have done it,
Dangerous. Yeah,
especially when
yeah,
there's a bag on the table, right, or a title.
yeah, for sure. The bad move, people, for real.
But it doesn't matter because in that division right now, I mean, 130 is on fire. There's a lot of big names at that division. But
hmm
where do you currently? I know you were born and raised in Miami, correct?
Yeah,
So 305 is in the house, fellow Floridian. Where do you train out of currently?
and Boca Raton, Florida Diaz boxing with my coach, Derek Santos, and my father.
Okay. And stylistically, right? I know you're a student of the game.
hmm
I've been following you a lot. You're a student of the game, but and stylistically, I've seen you. You like to fight a lot on your front foot. You can mix it up. You can box, but you also got some dog in you. You like to fight too.
Most definitely.
But if I were telling someone about you
hmm
that never seen you fight before, who would you say that you resemble stylistically? It could be a fighter. It could be a few fighters. Maybe something that you've taken from a few fighters.
hmm Opposed from a fighter, I just I tell you to telling people, what I'm saying, he a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? Cause what he gonna do, he gonna camouflage. You understand? Whatever the fight taking, he gonna camouflage and he gonna adapt. You understand what I'm saying? Me personally, I never seen a fighter that can adapt the way that I can adapt. Not to be a boaster or a bragger, but that's just me because I watch all these fighters, and from all these fighters, I take things from all these fighters, and I have formulated me. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I don't put 87 in my gas tank. I put the highest in there. You understand what I'm saying? Like I put the highest in there because if I don't, I crash every time. You understand what I'm saying? So like if you was to
I
tell
like that.
somebody, yeah, for real, for real, for real. Because
I
when
like
you
that. You
tell
got
people you got
premium unleaded, man. Like
that's
you
it,
don't do the
premium
regular,
unleaded.
right?
When you hit it, you don't send my energy. I gotta work right. You know what I'm saying? So like I watched all these guys. Like I say, man, I watched Panel. Last time I watched Ali. I watched Roy Jones. I watched Bernard. Really like Bernard. I watched man, man, Rinky Wright. Yeah, I watched Rinky Wright. You know what I mean? I watched Floyd Mayweather. If I ain't said that already, like I said, the Sugar Rays. It just go on and on.
Mm,
That's the beautiful thing about it. You watched all these. Sometimes, see, this is what I like about it when you study the game. A lot of times, let's say if you're a fighter, and fighters, I don't know if they understand this, but if fighters that watch the game, they'll understand this. If you get into a situation in a fight, in sparring or whatever, it may be a situation where you like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm getting the instructions, but it's a spare of a moment. I gotta think quick. I gotta think fast. When you watch the game and stuff like that, a fighter may have already been in that situation. Rinky Wright probably may have already been in that situation right quick, and he got out of it by doing this move right quick. Bang, 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 bang. You understand what I'm saying? So when you watch it, that's the stuff that you could take from these things. You can implement these movements. You can implement this fight style. You understand what I'm saying? So watching it is real beneficial because you're able to implement you're able to implement these skills at a certain exact time. Mm-hmm.
wow. You mentioned a lot of legends there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what tells me that you know your shit. You're a student of the game. The thing
Mm-hmm.
that I took out of all those names, Trap, is that most of those guys are all defensive wizards too.
Mm-hmm.
So with you, it's not just offense.
Mm-hmm.
You take that defensive stuff very, very serious. I mean, Winky
Have
Wright,
to. Yeah,
Tweepy, I mean,
yeah, yeah,
Bernard,
yeah.
Floyd. I mean,
Yeah,
you mentioned the
defense.
cream of the crop. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so shout out to you. And that's usually I like to ask that question because I love to hear what the young fighters will tell me. Like because nowadays the younger fighters they want to take a lot from Floyd's playbook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. I mean, if you want to mimic
Yeah.
one of the greatest fighters that ever lived, that's great. But
Mm-hmm.
there's just so many other layers.
Yeah,
To,
yeah.
so to be able to go and look at a bunch of these different legends, obviously they were great offensive fighters, but defensive
Mm-hmm.
fighters as well, is pretty impressive. Um, but you started, like I said, you started your career at a low weight class. And you gradually moved up, but you've also did a lot of traveling as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? I believe your first 10 fights were in the States. Most of them were in the state of Florida. And then your next 5 fights after that were outside of the US
Yeah.
until your
Yeah,
last
yeah.
fight. You were back
Yeah.
in Stockton for your last fight. So you had
I was
five
starting.
straight fights that were outside of the US. How hard was that to do, fight outside of the country
It
for a young
was
fighter?
almost definitely. It wasn't what the ideal thought a professional would be. You know what I mean? So like it was uncomfortable. You know what I mean? It was like how can you prepare for that? So it was uncomfortable and all this stuff, but at the same time that's what build that mental fortitude. And at the same time, I never had an easy road. I never had an easy road. I never had an easy way with boxing. Nobody never made it easy for me. I never had any handouts. Nobody never look back for me, reached out or nothing. I never had an easy road. So all these places where I had to go and stuff like that, it wasn't set up for me. But at the end of the day, like you got God on your side. You know what you got to do. You understand the journey. You understand. You know what must be done. You understand the objective, and that's it. That's what built my mental fortitude. So a lot of fighters that have came out the gate, got signed, or got the right eyes on them and stuff like that. They have never been tested. They have never been put in an uncomfortable situation. So when they get put in an uncomfortable situation for the first time, they panic. You understand? They panic. I have been in an uncomfortable situation just by flying hours away and having a fight the next day, 11 o'clock in the morning. So this is what made me. It's like it ain't nothing that's gonna surprise me.
That's a great answer, champ.
Hmm.
And again, that's why I wanted to ask you that, because it's not easy. And that type of being put outside of your comfort zone and obviously excelling, that's what builds character.
Yeah,
Mental fortitude, character, confidence. One of my viewers, heavy Chevy guy, shout out to you. Yeah, he's very well spoken. He's very well spoken. Great
appreciate you, Heavy
answers.
Chevy.
No,
Appreciate you.
absolutely, man. Now we got people rocking out. Camille Z, what's up, John? Thank you for rocking out with us. He's at his best. he's the best at this.
Wow.
I definitely agree. And the thing I do like about you as well is you face adversity.
Mhm.
A couple
Mhm.
fights ago, you were in Argentina against a tough guy. He was a local favorite, kid named
Mhm.
Brian Arguello, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And again, outside of your comfort zone, a different
Mhm.
country, in this dude's backyard, and this dude was a puncher,
Yeah. Yes.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
you were cruising. You
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
cruising. You put him down in the seventh round
Yeah.
with a jab, with a
Cruising.
stiff
Cruising.
jab, and then you got caught in the ninth
Yeah.
round.
Mhm.
But you got up like a champ,
Mhm.
and you finished that fight. Impressive 10th round, and you won by unanimous decision. So I just want to give you a shout out for that. But what did you
Thank
learn
you.
out of that experience? Because I think that was the first time that you ever faced that type of adversity. Am I
That
am I
type. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You are correct. Now
what did
from
you
that,
what did you take from that experience, Trap?
always gotta stay focused, and you gotta stay focused every second of the round. You know what I mean? You gotta stay focused every second of the round. That's all. It's no. It ain't no time to get lackadays inside there. It's no
Did you
time
feel
to
like you let the foot off the gas a little bit, like you got complacent, and that's what happened?
Yeah, in that inside. Yeah, I got complacent. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't get complacent, especially when you're in the inside like that. When you in the inside, you're supposed to always stay aware, always stay vigilant. You got to be a vigilante. You have to stay vigilant inside that inside and stuff like that. So that was definitely a learning experience. And then also when you get inside a predicament like that, how do you recover? You know what I mean? How do you recover and stuff like that? So the way that we recovered, listen to the corner, because when you get stunned or buzzed, it's kind of hard to listen to your corner. A lot of people, they got a reaction where they just want to fight. They want to go ahead and go fight, but you got to be smart. You got to be wise. So I was able to find that voice. My father was yelling from the top of his lungs. You know what I mean? So I was able to find that voice and listen to that instruction, and we made it out, and we cruised the 10th round and got that W.
Nah, man, that was an impressive performance, like I said. And honestly, I like when young fighters face adversity,
Nah, that's dope.
because
Yeah.
I want to see how they react from that, right?
Yeah.
And you reacted like a true champion. You got up,
Thank you. Thank you.
you weathered the storm, and like I said,
Uh,
this kid was a puncher.
he was a
And
he was a puncher. He was a puncher. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand them Argentinians, like them. They
they
could
all
punch.
hit like Mac
They
trucks,
they
man.
could punch. They could
They
punch.
can
Them Argentinians. I don't know what's up in that meat that they eat, that steak, but something be up. That steak be like there. That steak be like there, bill. That steak be like there, bill. That's the biggest steak I had ever done in my life. There, bill.
when you were out there,
Yeah, yeah. They all could punch. You got Sergio Martinez put Paul Williams on his face. He put Paul
hmm
Williams on his face. You got me, Marco Maidana, not Floyd Mayweather teeth out and wore like a necklace on my neck right now. So these guys could crack. These people overlook, they overlook these guys, man. But these guys get hit. Them guys get hit. They may not look like they can hit, but they have that crack. They have that pop. And that guy who I fought, he had he all his other opponents, he was very aggressive, came straight, boom, 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 boom. But when he fought me, he tried to, be a little more skillful and lure me into something, he tried to, and then lure me into
he
something.
was definitely
Boom.
trying to set up a trap to land that right hand.
There you go. There you go. He definitely trying to do that. You can't trap a trapper. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't do that.
Right. But like I said, man, you got up like a true champion, and you
Thank you.
looked, like a veteran. You weathered the storm. You were holding, you
Thank
were
you.
doing
Thank you.
what a fighter should do when he
Thank
faces
you.
that type of adversity. And then again in the 10th round, you cruised, easy unanimous decision victory, and it's led you obviously to where you are right now, which you're undefeated. Again, I'm here with undefeated super featherweight contender, Dominique Trapp. Francis. But one thing that you said earlier that I wanted to touch on is that nothing has been easy for you or been handed to you in the sport of boxing. And I just want to put some context to that for my viewers because there are a lot of young fighters that do have it a lot easier because right out
Yeah,
of the amateurs or the Olympics, they sign with a big company, a big promotion company, and and they look to progress them very, very slowly, but you haven't had that luxury. In fact, right now you're not with a promotion company. Is that correct?
yeah. I'm not with no promotional company right now, free agent.
So how hard is it to be a free agent in today's boxing world when you're trying to secure, a top spot for a title? How hard is that as opposed to some of the other guys that again have it a lot
Yeah,
easier because they have that promotional backing?
yeah. I mean, it's real hard, especially with the way boxing is right now, because boxing is not really about who's the best anymore. Boxing is not about who really could fight better than who. Boxing is about who could draw the bigger crowd, who has the who knows who. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Who has the
about who
biggest
really
social
knows.
media
Who has
following?
the biggest social media? You know what I mean? This is what it's about. It's basically like it's all about content now too. You know what I mean? It's all about content now. So this is what it done turned to. This is what everything done turned to. So like you may be the best fighter in that room, but you don't have you're not a bigger draw than this guy. They're gonna pick you know what I'm saying, other guy above you. So it's real it's hard, you know what I mean? But you just gotta like for me, for myself, we stay down. So we come up, keep putting in the work, keep putting in the work, keep putting in the work, man. You can't be denied, because you have a lot of fighters who have been like that. Like Terrence Crawford had a route like that. He didn't have an easy route. You know what I mean? He didn't have an easy route at all. And now look at Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's like one of the face of boxing. So it's all about knowing your journey. It's all about knowing your journey and knowing your lane. But like boxing right now is at a really, really it's at a funny place right now. It's at a funny place right now. I wish we had more people like I could say, you see how Jake Paul putting on these shows, and he bought boxing to Netflix, and he putting money in the females' pockets, and he signing other male fighters and stuff like that. He bringing a whole nother fan base to boxing, which shows more people like that. Instead of clowning the dude, he bringing a lot of fan base to boxing. You know what I mean? And bringing a lot of eyes to boxing.
That's a great point, and I want to touch on that because I'm a huge boxing fan. Obviously, boxing is my passion.
Hmm.
I've loved boxing since I was young.
Hmm.
In today's era, it pisses me off because it has the potential to be great,
Hmm.
but boxing is its own worst enemy.
It is.
So when people ask me, "What do you think about Jake Paul in boxing?" I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm fine with Jake Paul in boxing because he's
Yeah.
putting eyes on the sport. See, I
Yeah.
ultimately want the sport to grow. I
Yeah.
want I want what's best for boxing. And
Yeah.
if the best guys aren't fighting the best guys, but Jake Paul is putting together a show that's on Netflix that's drawing 100 million people or whatever it is, how could you hate on that?
How could you hate on that? How could
Emulate
you
it.
hate on
You
that?
know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah,
only
for
thing that's
real.
gonna save boxing or put boxing where it was back in the golden era, like people all
For
talk about the
real.
golden era, right? Is the best guys gotta fight the best guys, and instead of
That's
fighting them
it.
on Twitter, because
That's
it
it.
seems
Yeah,
like all
yeah,
these
yeah,
young guys want
yes.
to fight each other on Twitter, but they don't want to
Yes.
fight in the ring. Let's get
Exactly.
it popping in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you said that. And what's going on, Miles Austin? That's my TBV brother. What's popping? I am here with Dominique, Trapp Francis. We chopping it up here, but on that whole Jake Paul topic, like with the way you speak, Trap, like how is it that you haven't latched on to a promotion company? Like you are tailor made. You
I
can
appreciate
fight.
that.
You can market yourself. Like, are you reaching
Most
out to
deaf.
like the Eddie Hearns of the world?
Y'all
What,
scan
what,
that
what,
QR code, man.
there you
Get on
go.
me all
There you go for
platforms,
my
man. Y'all
viewers.
get
Make
on me,
sure
man.
y'all scan that QR
Real
code and y'all
chat.
get it popping with my man Trap. And if you are watching this live on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button. We trying to get this channel out to
For
boxing fans
real.
so they can know that we rock out every Tuesday and Thursday. And if you have not subscribed to the Hangout Spot, make sure you subscribe. This is how we do it up.
That's how
The
we do it.
greatest interviews here. 2025 is going to be even
For
better.
real.
But are you reaching out to like the Eddie Hearns?
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Are you?
I had an encounter with Eddie Hearn like 2 months ago and stuff like that. And the funny thing is, all these promoters are very, very, very aware of me. You know what I mean? And all these promoters are very aware of me and stuff like that. It's just what do they say? It's all a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? It's all in a matter of time because everything being in the works right now, and it's all in a matter of time, and it's coming real soon. You know what I mean? That's all. So, and not even in a rush or anything like that, because like I said, a lot of people have gotten it and they weren't ready. You know what I mean? A lot of people have gotten it and they weren't ready. So when it comes to me, we'll be prepared.
I think it'd be a perfect match for you to fight on Most Valuable Promotions too. Now that we were
Oh
talking
man,
about
that yeah,
baseball.
that's actually a card I do want to find out because they actually throw a lot of cards and they threw a few cards in Orlando right there and kissing me,
I
so
I cover all those cards, all those
oh
Most
that's
Valuable
dope.
Prospect cards on the Zone, man. You got to get popping on there. It's local.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah
it's
it
only a
is.
couple of hours away from Miami, and trust me when I tell you, Orlando boxing right now has been blowing up with Box Lab
Nah,
Promotions and
they've
some
been
other
blowing
promotion
up. Yeah,
companies.
they've been blowing up in Orlando. They've been blowing up in Orlando because remember that's where they used to hold all the All-Star cards too. They used to have some top rank cards there, and they was in like cahoots with the All Star and stuff like that. And they got the MVP. So they've been doing their thing for a little minute. They blowing up over on that side.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Another avenue that I think would be good for you. You ever consider Pro Box?
Yeah, that's actually my people's like Chris Algieri, Chris
Yeah,
Chris
you have
Chris.
a relationship with Chris, right?
Yeah, we train at the same gym. That's my brother. So everything is in alignment. Everything is in alignment.
Yeah, man, it would be dope. I
Mhm.
cover those cards as well. Shout out to Chris Algerian Pro Box.
Also you'll
That's
be
my
seeing
boxing
you'll be
family.
seeing me then because we definitely going on Pro Boss. We definitely blessing Pro Boss. You'll
Okay,
definitely be
good.
seeing it. Yeah, we
Okay,
that's a for sure.
okay, perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a for sure.
2025. I need to see you at Pro Box. I work all those
Yeah, that's a
cards. So
that's a for sure. That's a for sure. You definitely seeing me on Pro Boss.
well, that's good news, man. Shout out to my Pro Box family.
Without a
Um,
doubt.
those are my peoples, man. They always showing me love. But yeah, man, 2025, we gotta see you take this to the next level.
Yeah, for real.
But like you said, there's something that you mentioned, right? You're patient. You're only 24 years old, but
Yeah,
you're 16 fights in, and I think you're there, man. I
I
really want to
appreciate
see
it.
you start to compete with the big boys and possibly get this
I,
title shot. I purposely
yeah, I
saved
appreciate
this
that. Yeah.
question for my man Eddie Alvarez. Who does he want that smoke with?
Who I want that smoke with or who want that smoke with me? You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing no smoke to me. You could puff it up. You understand me? What's that dude named Oceanique Foster, Lamont Roach? He had 130 and stuff like that. You guys gonna have to
Oshaki?
see me. Oshaki, you know what I'm saying? I always pronounce his name wrong. He gonna have to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Roach, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Who he won't smoke with? Who won't smoke with me? We can puff it up. You understand me?
Nah,
Yeah,
that's what's
man.
up. You got Navarrete. Navarrete
Nah,
just beat
yeah,
Oscar Valdez. You got
oh, he
Oshaki.
did beat Oscar Valdez. This second fight. Yup.
Yeah, man. This
Yup.
it was worse than the first one. Obviously,
It was
Lamont
worse.
Roach.
Lamont
Lamont Roach
Road.
is moving up to fight unless it gets canceled. I don't know. There's rumors that it may get canceled. I don't know who to believe until I see
Yeah.
something certain. I believe that it's going down. But supposedly,
Yeah.
Lamont Roach is going to be fighting against Tank Davis on March 1st. Are you a boxing fan when you're not boxing and training? Like, do you watch fights?
Yeah, it gotta be fights that I'm interested in. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying? It gotta be fights that
okay,
I'm interested in. Cause like I watch more of like the older stuff. You know what I'm saying? I watch more of the older stuff than like a lot of the stuff now. Who I was really heavy on until like he got um decapitated was Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? That was my man. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Ever since then, he just been silent and quiet and stuff like that. From this day, who else was I big on like that this time? That's for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford a fool. Terrence Crawford a fool, man. He's a freak of nature. But you know what though? That's even like that. Okay, Jerron Booth. I would say Jerron Booth is more of a freak of nature than Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford, he studied the game. Like when he fights you, he analyze you. He taking in information. See, Jerron Booth, and he like to play. You know what I mean? But Terrence Crawford, he downloads. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He downloads. To me, he's not that much of an athlete like that. Like he's not like a freak like a Roy Jones
I know
was.
what you're saying. Like Boots brings more athleticism.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford brings more ring IQ. He's
Yes, that
smart.
I
He's a thinker in the ring, and he can make
yeah.
adjustments.
Exactly. Like that last opponent he fought where everybody was clowning that performance. See, what they don't understand is,
Madrimov at 154.
yeah, you can't take
That's a
none.
tough
Listen,
dude, man. That was
that's
a
a tough
champion.
dude. That's a tough dude. See, when you got somebody and they fight their inside like that and they style is different and stuff like that,
That herky
you know, like
jerky in and
that
out,
herky,
you know.
come on, that herky jerky, you know, when you get in your car start herky jerking and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You might as well ride with your
For
seatbelt on.
sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So like, man, that's a fighter there who I grew to really gain his respect like that. Terrence Crawford, man, was up there, seen his coach up there in Vegas just the other day. You know, was up there at the top ranked gym, stuff like that. You know, man, a lot of good connections up there, top ranked gym. You know, with Keyshawn Davis and Keon Davis and everybody up there, man. Everybody up there, man. They know me.
Listen, boxing has a lot of talent. I
It
tell
does.
people this all the time, man. The athleticism of the fighters today is beyond question. It's just when are we going to see these guys chop it up? Like the thing that made
Hmm.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, Hagler, Hearns all great was they were about legacy.
Yeah,
They
there was
fought
about
each other. It
legacy.
wasn't about, preserving that, the best
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
fight the best. We have fighters like that, but again, I don't know if it's the business of boxing or whatever it is, but us as fans, we suffering far too often
yeah,
about when we gonna see this fight? Are we gonna see it
yeah.
this year? We're gonna see it
For
next year.
real,
We're gonna see
for
Tank
real,
versus
for real.
Shakur. We're gonna see, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Besides Terrence Crawford, who are some of your other favorite fighters to watch today?
You got Terrence Crawford, you got Javante Davis, and these guys beat for specific reasons. Javante Davis, I say he's a downloader as well, you know, because like almost every fight he's always losing the first 5 rounds, the first
Correct.
5, 6 rounds, he's
Correct.
always losing, you know. And but he's a downloader, man. You know, people they you can't take that away from that guy. They say he's on what do they call him? They call him something, man. But that guy there, he's a downloader.
I don't think he
Shakur,
gets enough credit for his boxing IQ.
that's
People
what I'm
just think
saying.
he's a puncher.
Exactly, and it's not that. It's not that, man. It's that IQ. That's like and then Shakur Stevenson, that man is a master at range. He's such a master at range to where his fights come off as boring. Um,
I don't think
like
they're boring, but I see what you're saying.
you understand what I'm saying?
It's
Uh,
masterful, but
it's
I can
masterful.
people think it's boring. I think it's
It's
I think it's I think it's the opposite, but
That's what
that's
I
just
think.
me.
I get fascinated when I see
That's a great
how
word
he's.
to
You understand?
describe
I
it.
get fascinated when I see the way how he can make when he could tame a dog. The way that he could tame a dog, I'm very fascinated with it. Uh, even Teofimo Lopez, man. Teofimo Lopez,
I
like
love watching Tio. Yeah, I
yeah,
love
man, like
watching Tio.
his skill, man. When Tio on, man, Tio on. Nobody messing with Tio. You know what I mean? When Tio on, nobody messing with Tio. You know, let me see. Let me see. What's his name? Ocean. I actually do like Oceanique, if I'm saying his name right. Oceanique Foster. Yeah,
Oshaki Foster.
Oshaki.
Yeah,
I actually do like Oshaki Foster. You know what
skillful
I'm
man.
saying?
Nah, he's
He's a
skillful.
skillful fighter. He's a skillful fighter. You know what I mean? He's a skillful fighter. You know when yeah, that's it, man. It's all over the
That's
place.
what's up, man. I give you
Mhm.
respect. Like I said, those are your peers,
Thank you.
man. That's what I'm talking about. But I wasn't gonna ask this question, but since you brought them both up, the fight that I want to see is Shakur against Tank. That's the
Oh,
fight that needs to happen, in my opinion. That's the one I'm
yeah.
looking for. If that happens, again, you got a guy that is a master at downloading data. You got a defensive wizard that masters the art of range. How do you see that fight breaking down?
You know,
That's a hard one to call, right?
yes, but I always go with the boxer because you could be strong, you know, you could have you can be very fast, explosive, you know, but you gotta hit that guy. And if you hitting that guy, you gotta hit that guy clean. You know, you gotta hit that guy how Tanks hit Leo Santana Cruz, how he hit you know, the tall 140 guy, I forgot his name. You gotta hit them guys like you hit Frank Martin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never seen Shakur get hit like that. So I gotta lean towards the boxer because Tank gives up a lot of rounds. You know, he gives up a lot of rounds. You know, it's the only reason I'm saying that, but it'll be a very good fight.
No,
It'll be a
listen, the reason
very
why
good
I asked
fight.
you that question is because I get a lot of shit on the boxing voice. When that comes up. And are you still there?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, your camera went out, but I can still hear you. There you go. But
Shit, there you go.
yeah, yeah, there you go. But I pick Shakur in that fight because I think that you can't hurt what you can't hit, and I
Yeah,
get a lot of
so
shit for that. Obviously, I mean, there's a lot of Tank fans, and I like Tank. I'm not crabbing on him. I'm just saying if I
yeah,
had to pick between the two, I would Lord, side with the punch with the boxer as well
yeah,
and the
for
defensive guy.
sure, for
Um,
sure.
but so let's pivot a little bit, right? Because
Mm,
I know that you do other things outside of boxing, including
uh,
music.
uh.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What are your hobbies? What is music something that you do as a hobby?
No, music's not a hobby. Music is me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, music is me. Music's not a hobby. I've been doing that music stuff before I even put on a pair of gloves. You understand? I always
Really?
like music. Music always been a part of me. You understand? So that's something a lot of people think that's a hobby for me, but no, that's not a hobby. I'm a real simple guy. You know what I mean? Outside the ring and stuff like that, I'm a real simple guy. May like to go, I'm a Florida boy, like go fishing, you know what I mean? Go fishing, you know what I mean? I like to watch movies and stuff like that. Them stuff that's my hobbies and stuff like that. I like to chill. I like peace. You know what I mean? I'm already inside that environment all the time where it's real chaotic. So I like peace. You understand?
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. What type of
Mm-hmm.
movies do you like? What's your favorite movie?
I'm all over. I'm all over. I just started getting into like war movies. My girl just been putting me on war movies. I never really
Okay,
watched war movies. You know what I mean?
I can
So now
rock with war movies.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now I've been watching war movies. She put me on that, so I'm like, man, okay, I like this. You know, yeah, I could rock with this. Shoot, I'm surprised I ain't never been watching no war. I go to war all the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, man.
that
So that's
that's
definitely, and me like another big one, man, is me being with my son. You know what I mean? That's the best thing to me. That
how,
tops
how old is your how
everything.
old is your son?
My son 2 years old.
God
Yeah,
bless, man.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Vice versa, like that tops everything. You know, me being on my son, me being a father, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know, rewrite all these wrongs and stuff like that, and break these curses and stuff like that, and make this stuff better for my boy. You know what I mean? So that's it right there.
It also builds, if you're not, it also builds a lot of maturity because you got to grow up
1,000.
overnight.
Yeah, one you
You know,
overnight like that.
yeah, absolutely. You have to. There's no choice. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What other I know you mentioned football. Are you a football fan now? Do you watch other sports other than boxing?
I don't watch no sports.
No
You see
sports.
what I'm saying? That's the funny thing. I don't watch no sports. I watch stuff about how the aliens be in the water and stuff like that, and like what I'm saying, the conspiracies with the world. That's what I be watching. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Like I'm really an interesting mind. Like I really watch, what I mean, all the aliens and all these theories and conspiracies and everything that's out here. That stuff that amuse me. You know what I mean? I could talk about that stuff all day. That really excite me. You know what I mean? But sports now, that man, hey man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, no, that's what's up. See, I like to hear that stuff because I
Yeah.
interviewed a fighter one time, Sean Mason. He's a lightweight fighter,
Oh,
undefeated.
Sean Mason.
You know Sean Mason, Untouchable?
Yeah, I remember. I know Sean Mason. Yeah, he be acting funny with me sometimes.
He
Yeah,
cool people, man. He's my
yeah. I
guy.
was
He
like,
he
what he
my he
was
my
saying?
he
I
my
know
guy. But
he
I
like
asked
into the stocks or something, or like he be into a lot of investing. Yeah, he cool.
but I asked him during my interview with him. This was a while back. If he liked boxing, and he said he doesn't even like box. He likes to box.
Yeah,
That's his
yeah,
profession, but he don't watch boxing. Like he doesn't really
yeah,
like to watch boxing, which I thought was like okay. I said
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, it be like that. Like I said, I box and stuff, but the current fighters is little man, unless they in a weight class stuff like that. But I like to watch the old school. I really like the old fighters. I like the
I like that about you because that's what I'm
yeah,
all about.
yeah. That's what I like.
But
I
I'm
like
much
the
older than you, so which is but you're
it's
younger, so you don't hear a
exactly
lot of
yeah.
younger guys saying that. So that's
That's
what's up.
true. But that's where all our guys got our stuff from. That's like, I love fights like, Floyd Mayweather versus Judah. I like stuff like I like stuff like, the four kings, what I mean, Marvis Hagler, Tommy Hearns, the Robert Duran, and I like stuff like that, Marvis Hagler. So them stuff that really like, you see their mindset, and stuff like that. And yeah, man, that's stuff that amused me right there. A lot of these guys now they like to me, you know, I call them late tailor made. Like they ain't really built like that. You know what I mean? They ain't really built like that. You know, but when you watch that old school stuff, man, yeah.
If you had to, hypothetically, if you had to play promoter, right? Who would be your next 3 fights?
Um, Man, it all depends. Let's say if it was top name, I'll go for the dude who holding the IBF. I can't remember his name. And like I said, I'll go for Oceanique and then
Oshaki?
Oshaki. And I want to fight Lamar Roach. You know what I mean? Fight Lamar Roach, man. You know what I'm saying? I just see something in him. You know what I mean? For the title, that's what I'm doing. I just see something in him. You know, you got Mark. Is he on 30? Mark Castro. You know what I'm saying? You got my what other 130s? You got
You got some names. Kukachi, Anthony Kukachi is the IBF
that's it.
champion. You got
Yeah, that's how you
Navarrete.
say his name. Yeah.
Yeah, Kukachi is IBF. You got Oshaki with the WBC. WBA
Yeah,
obviously is Lamar
you
Rose.
got
WBO
Valdez,
is
man. Yeah,
Navarrete.
Valdez. Yeah, Valdez too. Oscar
Valdez would
Valdez.
be a good.
Yeah.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
good name for you.
Yeah, that's exactly. You
Valdez,
said the right
Mark
thing. Yeah.
Magsayo. Mark
Mark Messiah.
Magsayo
Yeah, Mark Messiah. That's that
would,
Philippine dude. Yeah.
you know, one of my other guys, you know, who's like this with me, Albert Prince Bell. He's another
Oh,
featherweight that's
he
undefeated,
went
trying to get it.
for some reason I always thought that he was for some reason I always thought Albert Prince Bell was like 35 because he
He
like
tall.
yeah, he tall.
He's
I always
six
thought he was
feet. Yeah, he's
yeah,
he's 6 feet
yeah.
tall.
He
He's
a
a freak
tree.
for 130. Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
a
He's trying
tree.
to. Yeah, I had him on a couple weeks ago. That's my guy too. And you know,
Yeah.
the business of boxing is, you know, it's frustrating for him too because at one point, it was a whole year where he was the number one contender for the WBO belt. He couldn't get a shot at Navarrete. It's crazy how the
Oh
business of
damn.
boxing works, man. Like
Eh,
people were just leapfrogging him.
Damn. They was
So
leapfrogging him. They was
hopefully,
leapfrogging him.
yeah, for sure. So hopefully
How old he like
2025 is
30? He 30, right?
nah, Prince. I think Prince is late 20s. Late 20s. He's a little bit older than
Okay.
you. Yeah,
You think
yeah, but
so?
he's not 30 yet.
He not 30? I thought he was 30.
Mm. No, he's not 30. Good guy. Freak of nature, like I said, because of his size, you know, at that weight. But you also have good size. I mean, when you're like 5'8".
Oh yeah, I got 5'9". Y'all got a
Yeah,
good. So I ain't worrying about nobody else.
nah, nah.
Yeah.
You good, man. What can we expect, man? So when are you getting back in the ring?
We looking for February, man. What you can expect for Trapp to be the trapper, man. Trapp keep doing what he do. Never back down from nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Keep moving how we moving. Got a good team around. You know what I mean? Keep handling business. You understand? Like that's what you can expect, man. Get inside the ring, keep getting W's, man. Keep getting W's inside this ring, outside the ring. You know, that's what it's about, baby. You know, we've been putting in this hard work. Time to showcase. We already started with the last performance, and we're gonna keep on going. We're gonna keep on going. We're gonna keep on going. That's what it's all about. You know, I got good representatives behind me. I got good people who have helped me out along the way. You know, I have you know, we got Lee, we got Scott Hirsch, you know, we got Andrew Smith, everybody who played a role, you know, played a big part of me, you know, because it takes a team, it takes a village, you know. So what you can expect for us to keep blowing up, you know, that's it, just keep blowing up. You can't tame me, baby. I cannot be tamed. You know, I'm one
Mm.
of them lions that be in that cage and he can't be tamed. I have a lot behind me for real. Got a lot of pain that need to be put out there. Why? Na 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 na. You understand? That's just how it goes, baby. You better be thankful that I put it inside the boxing ring. Yeah, man. We're just gonna keep going, man. God, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Every day I wake up, I'm blessed, baby. I'm blessed.
Listen, man, I love your confidence, man.
Thank
You're
you.
mature beyond your years. The young champ
Thank
is
you.
ready to step up. 2025 is his year. I agree, Scott. I think
Oh,
2025 is going to
listen,
be a big
man.
year. Appreciate you for rocking out with us,
Appreciate you,
Scott.
Shari.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Man.
Nyla, nothing but hearts for you.
Nothing but hearts, man.
Listen, man,
They been in here, man. I like that. I like that. They've been in here for Young Chocolate, man. I appreciate
my,
that
my
for
my
real,
viewers
man.
are showing up for you, man.
Yeah,
They showing
they
up,
showing up. They
and
showing up.
rightfully so. Champ, where can my viewers find you if they're not following you on social media?
Y'all follow me on all platforms. Y'all follow me on Instagram at the Real Trap, TheReal.dot Trapp. You know my name spelled with 2 P's because I'm extra. You know that's me. You understand my music, all platforms, same thing, a real trap. Just take out the period, and you know that's me. You understand I'm all over, baby. It ain't gonna be too, if y'all act like you can't find me now, it's gonna be hard for you to not find me in a little bit. You understand me? Hey, I'm the biggest trapper, man. I'm a Dade County representative. Like I say, Broward County stand up. Dade County, what's Sean? Palm Beach, what it do? Tri-County, I'm just Florida, man. I'm a Florida boy, man. Hey, God on my side, man. I ain't worrying about nothing. I ain't worrying about nothing.
Nah, I love it, man. I'm waiting. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm a fan,
Appreciate
and
that.
I want you to continue to do what you do. Put the boxing world on notice. Like I said, I'm expecting nothing but big things from you in 2025, and I want to come check you. One of these
Yeah,
days, I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna come down to the 305. I want to come check you. Check out one of your training
wow.
sessions. We
Yeah, for
could do
sure,
something
for
up
sure.
live.
Yeah, most definitely. That'd be dope. You let me in an Instagram and a DM and stuff like that. We exchange contact. Me definitely come check me out. Cause like I said, I'm training up there. I'm training on Boca Raton, so it's a little closer for you. So we'll do our
Yep.
thing. We'll get it popping. We'll get it popping like some popcorn. You already know what time it is.
Appreciate that, brother. We're gonna hook up. But anyway, listen, I'm gonna let you go. Great interview. For
Thank you. I
those of you that
appreciate
are
it.
watching live, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And if you're watching this on recording, make sure you hit that thumbs up. This was a great
For
interview
sure, for
with
sure.
Dominique Trapp Francis. Again,
Thank you.
undefeated super featherweight with a tremendous future ahead of him, champ. I can't wait to see you in the future, man. And thank you for coming by. You got to come back. One thing I'm gonna tell you, I tell everybody, once you come to the Hangout Spot, you family. So
I
you got to come
appreciate
back.
that. It felt like family. It felt like I was just on my uncle couch, just chilling right quick, having a little conversation. Like I tell you, like you said before, you said one thing I said is patience. Like I said in one of my songs, in my last single, it's called Be Patient. Like I say, put your hustle first. Don't worry, dog. Be patient. It's better when you stretch it, bro, dog. Be patient. Don't worry about that dude who's stunting your time waiting. When you get your bag, put it up and get the saving. Yeah. So you gotta be patient. It's gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate you. I appreciate the hospitality. It was great.
Absolutely, man. You're always welcome back. We'll get you back. Once you get a fight announced, I'll get you to come back and we'll talk about that.
Let's do it.
All right, brother.
All right, for sure.
All right,
Appreciate you.
man. Yep, appreciate you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dominique Trapp Francis, again, a great young man, 24-year-old, bright future, mature beyond his age. I mean, look at the way he speaks. He's confident. He knows not only about boxing but the business of boxing. And this is a kid again who doesn't have a promotion company right now. So he's marketing himself into big fights, without having the backing of a Matchroom, a Golden Boy, a Top Rank, and and that makes it that much harder. But ultimately, what it all boils down to is what you do in the ring. And right now, he's performing. He's 16-0. He just moved up to super featherweight, 130 pounds. That division is loaded. A lot of big names there. You saw he's calling them out, man. He's ready to get it popping in 2025. And I'm excited. I'm excited that he came aboard, and I'm excited to be a part. To be a part as a fan of his journey. Going forward, because like I said, the future's bright. I love to interview these young fighters that are very, very confident, because the young fighters, that's where the future of the sport is going. I mean, these young fighters are going to have to carry, the future of boxing, because when you get to a certain age, and boxing is almost like you're picking and choosing who you want to fight. When you're a young guy, you're hungry. You want to go out there and you want all the smoke, and that's what Trapp, brings to the table. He brings smoke. So I'm glad that we were able to get him on. For those of you that rocked out with us live, I appreciate it. But make sure you smash that like button. You haven't subscribed to the Hangout Spot. I don't know what you're waiting for. This is how we do it up. Every Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 9 p.m., we go live. We have guests, boxers, trainers. Last week we had Stitch Duran, Hall of Fame, GOAT of all cutmen in boxing. Stitch Duran, he joined us last Thursday. You never know who's going to show up here at the Hangout Spot. 2024, we made our mark. 2025, we're looking to take this channel to the next level. So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And this is what we do. This is what we're going to do it up. Now, next week, again, next Tuesday's New Year's Eve. So we're not going to do a show on Tuesday. We'll see. We'll probably do a show on Monday instead, like we did this week before Christmas Eve. And then more than likely, we will be back at it, next Thursday. But I'll keep everybody posted. If you're not following me on IG, make sure you're following me at the Hangout Spot on IG. That's where usually I make my announcements on live shows. Next week, I'm going to have some family. Mom Dukes is here from New York. So I don't know, depending on what we do, if we're going to be able to do a show on Monday. But right now, we're shooting for it. We're shooting for a show on Monday. There's a lot to talk about because I do want to get into year end. This year was a big year in boxing. Great fights, great knockouts. So I want to give the viewers my perspective of how I saw the year, my best fights, my best knockouts. So if we don't do that on Monday, we'll do it later on in the week, right after the new year. But anyhow, this is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot. But again, thank you for rocking out with me on my live show. We will be back at it next week. And as always, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support from all my viewers. This is your boy Johnny signing out from the Hangout Spot Live, and I will talk to everybody next week.